Good evening friends, this is your host Naresh from Autocars India, bringing you live commentary for Formula 1 round 17 at Austin, circuit of the America Grand Prix. It's a very interesting weekend which is unfolding where Mercedes could decide the driver championship, and I'm there, Naresh, to bring the live commentary for you. Give you a little overview. Austin in 2012 season, Formula 1 racing saw a return of Formula 1 race to United States, and this time around it was all new venue in Austin, Texas. Circuit of the Americas is the first purpose-built Formula 1 facility in the US designed for any and all classes of racing, and was officially opened in 2012 by Mario Andretti, who was the brand ambassador, and he is in fact 1978 Formula 1 World Champion. This is a 5.5 kilometer, 3.4 mile Grand Prix circuit which is located southeast of Texan capital and designed by Tilke Herman. The 20-turn anti-clockwise track, which resembles many tracks in Formula 1. For example, turn number 3 through turn 6 look alike like Silverstone's high-speed Maggotts-Beckett's corners. Turn 12 to 15 gives a resemblance to Hockenheim Stadium section, and turn 16 to 18 mirrors the famous multi-apex turn at Istanbul Park. Huge grandstands with a capacity of 120,000 fans to attend the Grand Prix. The circuit is only one part of the multifunctional huge facility site which is spread in 900 acres. To give you how 2017 driver stands as of today, Lewis Hamilton is leading the driver standings. He is leading the championship with 306 points, with a great display and great performance and form he is carrying after the summer break from Silverstone Grand Prix. He is leading with 306 points. Followed by him is Sebastian Vettel, who was in contention for the championship. However, last 3 races he has faltered since the Singapore Grand Prix, and he stares at 247 points, well behind Lewis Hamilton. However, this could be a decider for the driver championship here if Lewis Hamilton can clear Sebastian Vettel. That means Sebastian Vettel has to finish 6 or below to Lewis Hamilton to win this championship. Third is Valtteri Bottas, finish from Mercedes, 234 points, 13 points behind Sebastian Vettel. Daniel Ricciardo, 4th in the driver championship for Red Bull Racing, 192 points. Kimi Raikkonen sits at 5th place for Ferrari, 148 points. Max Verstappen, 111 points for Red Bull. Sergio Perez and Esteban Ocon for Force India, 82 and 65 points respectively. 9th for Toro Rosso, Carlos Sainz, who has switched to Renault this race, is 48 points, with Nico Hülkenberg from Renault 34 points. Felipe Massa, Williams Mercedes, 34 points. Lance Stroll following him, his teammate, 32 points. Roman Grosjean, Haas, 28 points. Kevin Magnussen, Danish, on 15 points for Haas Ferrari. Then comes the McLaren Honda in 15 and 16 position for Stoffel Vandoorne, and Fernando Alonso, 13 and 10 points. Followed by them is Jolyon Palmer, Renault, 8 points, who is said goodbye to Renault last time around. Pascal Wehrlein, German for Sauber Ferrari is on 5 points, and the last point for Daniel Kvyat for Toro Rosso. This is your host Naresh from Autocars India, bringing you live commentary for this Formula 1 round 17. Vettel holds a lap record of 1 minute 39.347 in 2012, and this is a twisty turn circuit with 20 corners, 5.5 mile circuit, partly cloudy. Air temperature 31 degrees, track temperature is about 39 degrees Celsius, wind is about 2.9 km per hour, humidity 47%. Wind is blowing across the circuit, which could have some effect on the car's performance here. The looks, no rain. First two Grand Prix here. The pole positions were with Sebastian Vettel, 2012 and 13. Then 14 and 15 pole positions were won by Nico Rosberg. And last year around, Lewis Hamilton finally wins his first pole position here at COTA, Circuit of the Americas. It will be interesting because Williams has still not finalized the driver lineup for next year. As we expect a lot of celebrities coming in the circuit and some great Formula 1 weekend coming across where driver championship could be decided in this time around. Please do remember to click and subscribe my channel by hitting the right bottom corner of your screens. This is Naresh, host from Autocars India, bringing you live commentary for Formula 1 qualifying from Austin, Texas. In Constructor Championship, Mercedes is leading with 540 points, Ferrari second, Red Bull 303, distant third, Force India Mercedes on fourth position. Ferrari Sebastian Vettel, who till Singapore was leading the driver championship but faltered after he had a crash between him, Verstappen and Kimi Räikkönen. So we are all set for the qualifying battle to start in a few minutes of time. Today, it's also the 10th anniversary for Kimi Räikkönen for winning his driver championship. It was way back in 2007 for Ferrari. Interesting statistics for you. So here we go, green lights. Qualifying session has started, Q1, where Daniel Kvyat is the first driver to come on the track. Green lights. Carlos Sainz, who has switched to Renault as a package deal from the engine supplier Honda, and Renault swapping the engines in Toro Rosso and McLaren. And Daniel Kvyat wasting no time and being the first driver to come out on the track with pink stripe ultra soft tires, softest and the quickest tires of the three available compounds. As Daniel Kvyat is just finishing the warm-up lap, out lap, and goes on the time lap as he starts the sector 1. Just to remind you, qualifying consists of 3 parts, beginning with 18 minutes qualifying 1 session, and the quickest of the 15 driver will advance to next session, which is 15-minute qualifying 2 session, and the slowest 5 will be eliminated then, leaving 10 drivers to battle out for the pole in Q3 shootout. Free practice 3 had been good for Lewis Hamilton, where he managed to top the timesheets with Sebastian Vettel in the 2nd position and Valtteri Bottas in the 3rd position. As Daniel Kvyat is setting the benchmark timings in Sector 1 and Sector 2. As Daniel Kvyat traverses the car in the last few turns and sets up the first benchmarking timing in the qualifying session 1. So Daniel Kvyat completes his flyer lap and benchmark timing is 1 minute 37.682, sure going to be elapsed very soon, and it has been done by Pascal Wehrlein of Sauber, who's already touched 137.682. Top timings we have seen higher 134s in free practice 3 session set by Lewis Hamilton. And Brendan Hartley completes his first lap, and he's down from Kvyat time by almost 4/10 of the second. His first outing in the Formula 1. As Lewis Hamilton goes on the out lap. And as usual, as expected, Lewis Hamilton starts off on super soft tires, red walled, and Mercedes and Ferrari and Red Bull should be comfortably getting through to Q2 with these sets of tires. As Lewis Hamilton goes second fastest with 10 minutes and 52 seconds remaining for the Q1 to decide the slowest 5 drivers who will go out after qualifying session 1. Bottas sets up the fastest time, 1 minute 35.309 seconds for Mercedes. Esteban Ocon is the second fastest with 0.5 of a second down on Valtteri Bottas. Kimi Räikkönen is the third fastest with 1 minute 1 second down. Vettel 4th, Hamilton 5th, Stoffel Vandoorne 6th, Lance Stroll 7th, Pascal Wehrlein, Roman Grosjean, Daniel Kvyat, Harley, Ericsson and Kevin Magnussen, 13 drivers as of now who have set the timings. As we go to 8 minutes in qualifying session 1, Valtteri Bottas still leads, followed by Esteban Ocon in the second position on his ultra soft tires, as Fernando Alonso has started his time lap and going in the sector 2. And here with Fernando Alonso going second in his ultra soft tires, and straight away eclipsed by Max Verstappen, who goes fastest 1 minute 34.899 seconds with 7.5 minutes to go in the qualifying session 1. Max Verstappen leads the challenge in qualifying. Roman Grosjean had another heart-stopping moment when he goes off the track on the back straight, and he went very close to Lance Stroll. This could have been a collision between two drivers. With Kimi Räikkönen now completes the lap and he's only the 6th fastest, but Ferrari and Mercedes are on super soft tires, whereas all other cars are on ultra soft tires. So Hamilton setting the pace now, he goes fastest. Here Sergio Perez, he's last on the timesheets now. He has the time lap running and he gets frustrated with Haas, who comes in his way in his time lap. He feels that his time lap has been spoiled by Haas car. With 5 minutes to go, we have Lewis Hamilton topping the timesheet with Max Verstappen second, Valtteri Bottas third, Sebastian Vettel on 4th position, 5th Felipe Massa, 6th Kimi Räikkönen, 7th Fernando Alonso, strong 7th position, Nico Hülkenberg, Esteban Ocon, Daniel Ricciardo. Drivers in relegation zone: Pascal Wehrlein, Sauber, Roman Grosjean, Haas, Marcus Ericsson, Sauber, Hartley for Toro Rosso, and Kevin Magnussen from other Haas. As we have 4 minutes to go in this session, battle looks tight for lower cars to come out of the relegation zone, which presently sits with Pascal Wehrlein, Roman Grosjean, Marcus Ericsson, Kevin Magnussen and Hartley. In the meantime, stewards are investigating the impeding incident between Kevin Magnussen and Sergio Perez, where Perez was literally shouting on the Magnussen, slowing down, crossing the car for Sergio Perez, and he could not set up his time lap over there. Hartley and Magnussen, they are on out lap. This is one last chance for them to set their timings and coming out of the relegation zone. We have 2 minutes 30 seconds to go, and drivers in relegation zone getting their last chance to set their time lapse. They are already on the track. Pascal Wehrlein, Roman Grosjean, Marcus Ericsson, Hartley and Kevin Magnussen. Remember, qualifying session 1, bottom 5 cars will be out and will not take further part in qualifying session after Q1 gets over. As Fernando Alonso car is in the pits and getting some underbody inspection being done on the car. It looks all is fine with him, as he is having strong 7th position as of now. As Roman Grosjean now starts off his time lap. Interesting to see his sector 1 timings with only 1 minute 30 seconds to go for this Q1. As he completes the sector 1 and he is still up by 4/10 of the second and looks good to come out of the relegation zone. It will be interesting to see the second sector. And Kevin Magnussen is also improved and he also looks good in sector 1. With both the Haas drivers looking to be comfortably coming out of the relegation zone. As Roman Grosjean goes to sector 2 with Brendan Hartley also on the track now. Interesting to see where Roman Grosjean fares in sector 2, and he's already 1.2 seconds down from the fastest man Lewis Hamilton, but still clear and can clear the 15th position at this point of time. As he comes around to the start-finish straight, Roman Grosjean, will he be able to do? Yes, he does. He comes out of the relegation zone. Kevin Magnussen is the next Haas. Will he be able to do? No, he doesn't. Kevin Magnussen remains at 17th position. Brendan Hartley, New Zealander, making his debut in Formula 1. Will he be able to join in Q2? Yes, he does. He's P15. With Pascal Wehrlein is the next person. He seems to be slow. Doesn't seem to be clearing, coming out of the relegation zone. Pascal Wehrlein of Sauber, and he goes off track. Rejoins on the track, crosses the start finish line, and he is P17. With Stoffel Van Dam in the relegation zone now in 16th position, as he also comes around and he goes comfortably 12. Stoffel Van Dam, Marcus Ericsson, last chance for him. No, he doesn't improve. He's in P16. Lance Stroll is the last person who will see the checkered flag now as he comes around the start finish line. And where does he finish? No, he doesn't. He's P17. So Sainz has put a strong lap and he's P5. He's done a great job and he's qualified above Nico Hülkenberg in qualifying session 1, as Ericsson, Stroll, Hartley, Pascal Wehrlein and Magnussen bows out in Q1. as we see from the timing sheet, qualifying session 1 has completed and drivers relegated are Roman Grosjean, Marcus Ericsson from Sauber, Lance Stroll, Brendan Hartley, Pascal Wehrlein, Kevin Magnussen. Qualifying session 2 is just about to start. With Lewis Hamilton leading the timesheets for session 2, and McLaren has been quite strong in this race, in this weekend, with Fernando Alonso was 7th fastest in the practice sessions earlier, and here comfortably 8th position for Fernando Alonso for McLaren. That is a very positive sign for McLaren for next year around. When they get Renault engines, they're going to be surely very competitive. As Q2 session gets underway, 15 minutes in this session, and slowest 5 cars will be out, and top 10 shootout will come across in qualifying session 3. As Lewis Hamilton, first one to get out on the track, he doesn't want any compromises whatsoever. And this time around, he's on the ultra soft tires. Bottas is also out on the outlap. Carlos Sainz very strong 5th in qualifying session 1, straight away stamping the mark for himself in Renault, his new team, the first race with Renault after switching from Toro Rosso to Renault. Fernando Alonso showing strong position also, and showing a very good pace this weekend, all the way in the free practice sessions and now in the qualifying also, which is a good sign for McLaren. As Daniel Ricciardo comes out of the pits on the track for his outlap. Interesting to see how Hamilton fares, and he takes his driver championship ahead in this weekend around, where he can win the driver championship if Vettel finishes 6th or below. So Lewis Hamilton starts off his time lap. Nice pace he's maintaining, keeping it clean around the corners as he completes sector 1 sets up the benchmarking timing for other drivers to follow. Goes around turn 7, 8, 9 fast corners. Clears the Red Bull offline on his time lap. Goes around turn number 14, 15. No problems whatsoever. Very clean by Lewis Hamilton. As he crosses the line, 1:33.5, fastest time around of the weekend. As Daniel Ricciardo also completes his Sector 1, times well matched with Mercedes. Bottas is the second one to finish with 0.2 of the second down on Lewis Hamilton's time set. And Daniel Kvyat goes 1:36.417, pretty slow in terms of the pace set by Lewis Hamilton and Valtteri Bottas. As Daniel Ricciardo completes the Sector 2. Max Verstappen is following him. Who is also 1 second down on the time set by Lewis Hamilton. Red Bulls are not seemingly matching with the pace of Lewis Hamilton. Daniel Ricciardo finishes third with 0.9 of the second down on Lewis Hamilton time, and Daniel Ricciardo in the 4th position. Max Verstappen in the 5th position as Sebastian Vettel goes third. P6 for Esteban Ocon as of now. P7 Sergio Perez. Roman Grosjean goes 8th. Daniel Kvyat goes 9th fastest. As we have 8 minutes to go in this session. As we go in the last 7 minutes of the qualifying session 2, Lewis Hamilton still leading the timesheets with drivers in the relegation zone as of now. Fernando Alonso, Stoffel Van Dorn, both McLarens, Roman Grosjean in Haas in 13th position, Daniel Kvyat 14th position, Nico Hülkenberg still sitting in the pits, as Fernando Alonso is on the track and is setting up his fast timings. He's way down on the timing as of now, still in the warm-up lap. As Fernando Alonso comes back in the pits. He's 11th fastest as of now. As we go in the last 4.5 minutes of this qualifying session 2, Lewis Hamilton leads. Drivers in relegation zone: Alonso, Van Dorn from McLaren, Roman Grosjean from Haas, Daniel Kvyat from and Nico Hülkenberg from Renault. As all the drivers are in the pits and getting ready to have one more go to have the faster timing put on the board, and especially for the drivers in relegation zone who are Fernando Alonso, Stoffel Van Dorn, Grosjean, Kvyat and Nico Hülkenberg. As Daniel Kvyat, first one to come out for one last lap to come out of the relegation zone. Follows him all bunch of cars coming out of the pits together. Hamilton is leading, set the fastest time in 1 minute 33.5 seconds. Valtteri Bottas is 2 tenths down. Sebastian Vettel is 8 tenths down on Lewis Hamilton time. Daniel Ricciardo 4th, Raikkonen 5th, Verstappen 6th, Esteban Ocon 7th, Sergio Perez 8th, Carlos Sainz 9th, Felipe Massa 10th, completes the top 10 as of now, as most of the drivers are on the track in their out lap. Just to remind you, this is the race which can be a great weekend for Lewis Hamilton, where he could potentially win his driver championship and fourth world title if Sebastian Vettel finishes 6th or below in this race and Lewis Hamilton wins this race, which is very likely as we expect seeing the performance of the Mercedes in the practice sessions. As Daniel Kvyat, first one to start his time lap. As Roman Grosjean doesn't improve on his timing. So Haas doesn't seem to be looking good to set up some good timings to come out of the relegation zone. With Kevin Magnussen already out. And now Roman Grosjean also doesn't seem to be challenging the times to come out of the relegation zone. As Daniel Kvyat goes around in the last few corners. Turn number 18. As clean sweeping as he comes around in the start-finish straight, and he doesn't improve. He stays P12. Roman Grosjean is the next one. Will he be able to do it? Will he manages to get some time on his last few corners? No, he doesn't. He remains P40. Next one is Fernando Alonso. Let's see what Fernando Alonso can do. Will he be able to come out of the relegation zone? He does. Fernando Alonso goes P7. Great lap from Fernando Alonso. Esteban Ocon, he doesn't improve on his timing, but he's safe. He's P8 as of now. Stoffel Vandoorne is the next one. He doesn't, and Stoffel Vandoorne goes out of qualifying. He's P30. As Felipe Massa, he's presently in the relegation zone. Will he be able to come out of it? Yes, he does. He goes P9, and Carlos Sainz is out, but he's still on the track. Carlos Sainz is also on the track. As he comes around the start-finish straight, will he be able to come out of the relegation zone now? And it is just last few seconds. Yes, he does. He goes P7. Massa is P10 now. Sergio Perez is safe and he improves his timing. So Esteban Ocon manages to cling on to Q3 with Massa bows out now. Massa, Kvyat, Vandoorne, Grosjean and Hülkenberg out of the qualifying session 2. What a timing set by Fernando Alonso in this Q2. So Felipe Massa and Daniel Kvyat both are out. So to summarize, top 10 shootout is just about to begin with Lewis Hamilton leading the timesheets with Valtteri Bottas, Kimi Raikkonen, Sebastian Vettel, Daniel Ricciardo, Max Verstappen, Sergio Perez, Carlos Sainz, Fernando Alonso and Esteban Ocon all getting set for the shootout for the pole position. Drivers who are out are Felipe Massa, Williams, Daniel Kvyat, Toro Rosso, Stoffel Van Doom, McLaren, Roman Grosjean, Haas, Nico Hülkenberg, Renault, Marcus Ericsson, Sauber, Lance Stroll, Williams, Hartley, Toro Rosso, Pascal Wehrlein, Sauber, Kevin Magnussen, Haas. So both the Haas cars are out of the qualifying. Not a good outing for American team. So it's all down to qualifying session 3 now, where Lewis Hamilton will fancy his chances for yet another driver championship. If he wins here and Sebastian Vettel finishes 6th or below, he will win the driver championship and join greats of Formula 1 with 4 driver championships. As we are just few seconds away from qualifying session 3 of United States Grand Prix at Austin, Texas, and 12 minutes green lights goes on and 12 minutes to go for this session as Force India's first car to come out on the track of Esteban Ocon, followed by both the Mercedes who are coming out. Ferrari just waiting for their chance to place it rightly on the track to have the maximum benefit to fight for the pole position. Rosberg and Vettel have won the pole 2 times. 2012-13 was Vettel, 14-15 was Nico Rosberg, and last year it was Lewis Hamilton. So Lewis Hamilton looks to equal the record in this circuit in the 6th outing of Formula 1 at this circuit. As Sebastian Vettel comes out on the tracks too now. It's 10 minutes to go. Most of the drivers are on the track with ultra soft tires on. as Lewis Hamilton gets set to start his time lap. And here he go. As he slows down the car at the turn 20 before setting up his car, Lewis Hamilton starts off his flying lap now. This is going to be testing moment for Lewis Hamilton to keep his head cool in this situation where any foolish mistake from his side could cost him the race, and he will never like to do that. Behind him is Valtteri Bottas. Looks to be a good sector 1 for Valtteri Bottas. As he goes around in turn 12, 13 and 14, Lewis Hamilton. He's gone fastest in the middle sector, Lewis Hamilton. And Lewis Hamilton is the P1 as of now, as Valtteri Bottas is 4/10 of the second slower than Lewis Hamilton here. Valtteri Bottas 4/10 of the second slower in the first try for the pole position, and Lewis Hamilton comfortable in getting P1 as of now, with Fernando Alonso goes 4th fastest. And he brings down the time to 1 minute 33 seconds. Low 33s here, with Vettel 7/10 of a second down. Verstappen's almost similar timing to Sebastian Vettel. Ricciardo is slower with 1 second down. So it seems to be game on for Lewis Hamilton, who sets up beautifully for 4th Driver World Championship here in Austin, Texas. Both the Mercedes are comfortably in P1 and P2, with both the Ferraris in 3rd and 4th position, and 5th and 6th for Verstappen and Ricciardo. Force India, Esteban Ocon in 7th, Alonso 8th, Sergio Perez 9th. Sainz is still to come out on the track, and he's opting for single run. So interestingly, Raikkonen goes faster than Sebastian Vettel here. Sainz is the only driver who is still in the pits and could go for only 1 single lap. With 5 minutes to go in this session for top 10 shootout. All the drivers are back in the pits, changing this fresher set of tires to come back on the track with one more last time and try and set as fast time as possible. It looks to be all set, however. Mercedes top two teams with Ferrari the second and Red Bull on the third position. As Carlos Sainz now finally gets ready and first driver to come out on the track. It will be very interesting for Carlos Sainz as Nico Hülkenberg could not qualify for top 10 shootout. Let's see what Carlos Sainz has to offer for his first outing for Renault. As Lewis Hamilton also gets ready to come out from the pits. And now Raikkonen, Bottas, all are in hurry to come out. Just to remind you once again, Lewis Hamilton could win his fourth world title in this weekend if he wins this race and Sebastian Vettel does not come up above 6th position. And this is going to be his fourth driver championship title. Lewis Hamilton has really changed the fortune since Silverstone Grand Prix, and he's been on podium after that, no problem whatsoever with the car, whereas Sebastian Vettel, who was leading the driver championship till Singapore, has faltered after that. As Sebastian Vettel goes in Sector 1, let's see how the Sector 1 fares for him. Yes, he is faster. He is 6 thousandths of the second faster than time set by Lewis Hamilton. It will be very interesting to see the Sector 2. So far, so good for Sebastian Vettel in this lap. Can he potentially take the pole position here, which will be the best case scenario for Sebastian Vettel and his championship battle, as he completes. Checkered flag is already out with most of the drivers are on the track. Sebastian Vettel, now he loses in Sector 2, so he's already 2/10 of the second down, and looks to Lewis Hamilton is all set to take the pole position here. Sainz has improved his time and is above Fernando Alonso. So, can he finish? Yes, Sebastian Vettel goes P2. Daniel Ricciardo is the second one. Can he displace Fernando Alonso? Sorry, Sebastian Vettel. No, he doesn't. He stays P4. Max Verstappen is the next one. He's presently P6. And he beats his teammate Kimi Räikkönen, the next one to go. He's P5 now. Kimi Räikkönen is P5. He lost out. Lewis Hamilton. Now he is on the pole and he gets the pole. It doesn't better his time, but Lewis Hamilton is on the pole position. Second pole of this circuit. All set for his 4th world title here. What a timing set by Lewis Hamilton here. With Sebastian Vettel still in the hunt with P2 position. There was some mistake done by Max Verstappen when he was coming in last few turns over there. So Lewis Hamilton is all set to start on the pole in this US Grand Prix. It's absolutely superbly done by Lewis Hamilton here, winning this pole position. Wonderful. So we are all set for a great Sunday race at Austin, Texas. Friends, do remember to like and subscribe my channel by hitting subscribe button on right bottom corner of your screens. This is Naresh, your host from Auto Cars India. We'll be live once again tomorrow for the race. With this, would like to sign off. Take care and have safe driving. Bye bye.